And there we go. We're streaming on both platforms. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to be seeing how many of the strikes of the weekly strike rotation that we can actually get through for the next 2 hours, because I'm going to only have 2 hours to stream today, and that's unfortunate. I would like to stream longer, but this allows us to do this little challenge to see if we can get through all of the strike missions in both Eye of the North, that is the Season 6, the Iceberg Saga strikes, and as well as the End of Dragon strikes and the Secrets of the Obscure strikes. So we're just going to get right into getting queued up here immediately to make sure that we get there as fast as possible. Here we go. We are going over to strike missions, and we're going to do them one at a time. So the first thing we're going is to go the IBS 5 plus DS, and we are going to be needing, since I am a quick DPS myself, we are going to be needing 2 healers, 2 Alec providers, and 1 quick provider. And to make sure everybody knows, we are going to say that this squad is being chill streamed over on Mook Chivalry. And I can see that I forgot to actually get the squad up and going. Create squad, make sure that it's 10 members only, and let's go. And of course, you can never get the first letter of this for some reason. And there we go. So we are going to be grabbing the 3 different ones here. We're going to be grabbing this first one, which is going to be, we're going to go through all of the 5 normal ones that you go through in Iceberg Saga. We're going to jump over directly into the Secrets of the Obscure, because the strike that I most want to get done each week is going to be the, what's that one called? It's called Cosmic Observatory, because I'm doing that one in challenge mode. Oh, and perfect. We are beginning to get members here. Janetta says hi, can fill. Perfect. Squad here. Welcome, Janetta. Do you mind going a heal for now? Hard. And the last one is a DPS. We're just gonna plop that guy in as well. Thanks. Always important to be nice. I always say the most important part of being a commander in this game is to be the welcoming host of the squad. Because most people will know what they're doing, and even the ones that don't will perform better if they know that mistakes are, to a certain degree allowed. It's okay to mess something up, because all of us do sometimes. If everyone is worried that the first mistake they make in the entire strike is going to get them kicked out of your squad, you are likely going to lose a lot more people and spend a lot more time waiting for people to join the squad, or people will make more mistakes as they worry about getting kicked, right? More stress equals less good results, which means if you can make a nice and welcoming environment in your squads, you will likely have more people that are that perform better. Perfect. I'm just going to remove this, and I'm going to say quick piece. Perfect. Are you going to do a heal them divine? Smiley. I'm going to put the healer down there. Ah, well. Okay, we got a healer that just joined us, but they had to leave immediately. Sometimes that just happens. Here, welcome, lost. Perfect. And then that means that we are going to need 1 A heal. There we go. Pretty simple stuff to set up your squads. In case you haven't done this before, I have to remember to switch specs so that I'm in the right spec. In case you haven't done this before, let me just really quickly show you what to do. You are going to first mention the shortened version of what you are actually going to be going for, which means in this case we're going to go through the normal Iceberg Saga strikes, the 5 ones that most people do. which means everything except for forging steel, which you access. Oh, I can't do that while I have this open.
What now?
Which you access from the scrying pool in here, and it takes a long time, so most people don't do it. And the one that you access from here that most people don't do is the one called Cold War, because Cold War has like 10 minutes of you just attacking mobs, and it feels like a long time. Most people will take it once a week anyways, because it does help you with this chest, and it is valuable. It just feels like a long time to dedicate to it. So, the normal Ice Brute 5 are except for Cold War and except for Forging Steel. This means that you can ride IBS 5 or IB 5 if you're one of the people who are worried about the irritable bowel syndrome that would also be shortened into IBS. And then DS for the Dragon Soul. Dragon Storm. Dragon Soul is a World of Warcraft raid. Dragon Storm, which is always, which is pretty normal to. Oh, we had another one that got to go. To heal to Alec. There we go. I guess I just need specifically 2 A heals still. Cool. So. The part of this that you are going to do here is that you are going to say, these are the things that you want to do. Then you have to specifically mention what kind of people you need. And for a full squad, you are going to need 2 groups, where each group needs to have one. Both of these are DPS. We're going to put you down there and you up here. Where each group needs to have 1 healer, 1 person providing the boon Alacrity at full uptime, and 1 person providing the boon Quickness at full uptime. The healer is expected to do 1 boon as well. That's why I'm currently searching for A heals. I'm searching for healers that can also do the Alacrity boon. I usually say 2 heal, 2 Alacrity, 1 Quickness, because I'm Quickness myself. And I don't mind whether it's a DPS or a healer that is going to do the here we go. That's going to do either boon, right? So it's going to be a little friendly to the healer that joined again here. Sure, no problem. Boop. So that means that 2 of the 5 spots in each group are going to be filled with the healer that provides a boon and the DPS that provides the other boon. So in squad 2 right now we have me, who is a quick DPS. I am going to be providing quickness, and the healer is then an alacrity healer. They are going to be sure to keep our health up and provide alacrity at full uptime. In the other group, we currently only have a quick DPS. We lack the Alacrity healer. And as you fill up, you just adjust this slowly. And once you have everything filled of the important roles, I'm sorry, pure DPSs, you're just so plentiful that it's more important to get these filled. But once they are filled, you'll just write DPS here. And you will let that fill out. Someone just joined, and it's a Mesmer. Perfect. Welcome. Can you go A heal Saphir and Belinda DPS? Perfect. So we now have filled everything out, so we're just going to write DPS here, and the only people we still need is actually a single DPS. You are allowed to join squads when they are not yet requesting DPSs. A few squads might kick you out because they want to make sure that they're filled up with the right roles before they actually take on everything else. But joining is never going to bother anyone, like bother them for real. So that means I'm saying this because some people might not actually want to be annoying anyone, and they might not join until later, and that means that you're going to be getting a disadvantage because a squad might actually fill up with DPSs while you wait for them to actually look for pure DPSs. And that is unfair, but it's something that you can mitigate by just knowing that it's okay to join. So we're starting with one of the 3 easy ones here, the Fractals of Jormak. This is the daily one, which means some people, when they choose how to go through it, they will pick the daily one last, because by having the daily one first, that means that once we are done with this one, a couple of people might leave because they've gotten the one that they wanted the most. Of course, this squad did ask for people to stay for all of them. We were a squad specifically doing all 5 of the Icebrook Saga ones, and then Dragonstorm, sorry. But people don't always do it just because it's the right thing to do. So making sure that you are actually... So some people might choose to not do the first one immediately, the important one, the daily one, right? The one for the daily achievement, the Fractals of Jormak, just to make sure that people stay to get the one that's the most important for the day. I think that's... Yeah, I just feel like it's too much of a bother, and I like... It might be because I live in in Denmark, where we are pretty high on as a trust society. We generally trust each other, our government, all of that stuff. And I like to trust people as the default, and then, you know, some people might take advantage of that, but not enough for it to bother me.
That's a combo. You fought so hard. Your long day is ended. Nice gear.
And I don't have all the Icebrook Saga mastery points yet, but I haven't actually... but I don't have any more experience that I can get for them currently, which means I wait with accepting these until I get out, because you can see the experience bar here is going towards the central Tyria line instead. That's just a little thing that helps you actually get through and get more, if you have finished the central Tyria masteries, of course. But they are probably, in my opinion, the most important ones, so you should if you haven't. But yeah, if you finish the central Tyria masteries, you can get more spirit shards by just waiting with opening your boxes until you are outside of the instance itself.
Commander, heard you're headed back into the pass. I'll be right there.
Give me that. You stay put.
I feel very strong.
Be careful up there. Conditions have gotten worse since Bangar left. You'll have to find another way up.
Armored up.
It's going to be a snowball that comes down here against us. But we can get ourselves some stability, and that means it can't knock us back. Otherwise, that snowball would have knocked us all the way back unless we stand very much to the side in specific spots.
This storm isn't normal.
Just a small little optimization.
Makes you wonder if it's intentional, and who's pulling the strings.
Watch yourself out there, Commander.
Grab this chest. Yep. Yeah. Go. We got it. We got it. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. Oh, no. Oh well. The other guy got it.
Commander, you heard it too, Cree.
And a quick ready check.
You're being a distraction.
Again, we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible, because I only have 2 hours today, and I would like to get through all of the strike missions, if possible, within those 2 hours. And Dragonstorm, of course. Dragonstorm might actually be a bit of a reach, but we'll see, we'll see. I'm willing to just let the End of Dragons run suffer if it ends up coming to that. The most important part for me is to get the Icebrook Saga done and get the Secrets of the Obscure stuff done, which includes, of course, the challenge mode of the Cosmic Observatory strike. Right, remember to just right click to open these. Next strike mission, we're just going to take them in the order that they come in. So we're going to grab Bone Skinner now, even though Bone Skinner is much more difficult than Claw and Voice. Remember to look at left leg when he...
Urge to kill rising.
Yeah. So there's one big... Well, there's 2 big tricks to the Bone Skinner. 2 seconds. Stack tighter. There are 2 tricks to the Bone Skinner. The one thing is that you have to stack upon the commander, which this squad is absolutely terrible at. And then make sure to dodge every time he lifts his left leg.
Breathe.
The second one is that the squad, it's very preferable. It's very preferable if the squad has access to reflection. Missile block can also work, but missile reflect is really the best one, because missile reflect allows you, whenever all of these different wisps out here, when they shoot, they will kill themselves instead of killing your party. And all of the ways that we do Bone Skinner are actually cheeses. We're supposed to interact with these glaciers, turn them on to make sure that those wisps don't spawn, stuff like that. Which means... I'm just a little focused here. There we go. Which means that getting the Bone Skinner is one of those things that just... You need to know the mechanics a little bit more than you need to know the other stuff in this game in general. But however, it's pretty easy. As you can see, we have a Mesmer who is doing the very nice job of getting that barrier up to reflect a lot of the attacks from the wisps. And we got the Bone Skinner, and we got the Bone Skinner at maximum loot, which means if you looked up here while we were doing the Bone Skinner, there were different timers for different amounts of loot that you would get out of it. And we did it with the maximum amount of loot in the shortest possible time, basically. So, no problem. Even though somebody died really early, that still just worked out just fine. When people are asking for kill proof, they mean these Bone Skinner ritual vials, by the way. When it's kill proof for this specific thing, that is. Voice and claw. Wait, somebody asked something.
Spark to flame.
Raven told me you'd be coming.
Yes. Weird trade. Commanding 101. Folding space to contain squad mates.
Health, vigor, recovery.
All will be preserved, dreamer.
You can see it's nice that we go for the voice first, because the claw as a melee person will get up close to us, and that means that we can AoE both of them. Very, very efficient, getting their health down really quickly. And we're going for the claw immediately because we got the voice very far down already. This is a great squad. Oh. Except for me, clearly. But everyone else here is doing really great. We're doing high DPS, so the mobs are dying really fast, which is super nice. There we go. We only have Whisper of Dormac left. And I am only 22 minutes into the stream. Woo! Super nice. This gives me hope. If everyone stays for the Dragonstorm thing, we're going to be done really quickly with this part of it. Joint strike mission, Whisper of Jormak. Whisper of Jormak, there are two mechanics here that are important to be aware of. The first mechanic is that Whisper of Jormak will chain 3 people to himself, and those 3 people, if you stand on top of those chains, you will you will die really quickly. So it's important to be aware. If you are chained, don't move to the sides. Just stay in one straight line so that the rest of the squad can get out of the way, and everyone else get out of the way if you're standing on top of chains. Check. There we go.
Vigor, recovery.
And the second mechanic that's important is that at 25% health, the Whisper will go to the center of the entire arena, and he will make periodically these big he will shoot out a lot of balls that explode in large AoE zones every time they reach a party member. The way to cheese this mechanic is that a necromancer, that's me, is going to grab the fleshworm talent, the fleshworm skill, so that we can, this one, summon fleshworm, because that fleshworm will pop every single one of those orbs, and because they're AoE and it's a minion, it will deal very, very little damage to it. So you can just stand outside of that range for the last 25% of this boss's health and take no damage at all, and not have to dodge anything and just be chill. So these are the chains I was talking about. You can see we are 3 people that are chained to the boss here. Now it's 3 different people, and I am staying out of the way of those chains, because if I go on top of it, you can see here, I'm beginning to take a lot of damage. So that's just important to keep in mind. It's especially dangerous if you're knocked up. Use the special action hotkey whenever any of these bosses get, whenever it's available, basically, because that will always be when they have a break bar to be broken. Chain, so I can press this guy.
Excellent time.
This isn't the 25% transition. You will see the 25% transition when the boss goes to the middle and does a little nova that reaches the sides. He should do it any moment here. There we go. That nova shows the 25% transition. I am placing my flesh worm on top of him. And we might actually kill it fast enough that it never does the ball attack, which makes it a little irrelevant. Ah, there we go. That's the ball attack. Those will normally cover the entire ground, but they are all contained to just around the boss because the flesh worm absorbed them. That's 26 minutes and the entire Ice Brute Saga 5 done. Pretty good time, if I do say so myself. That's of course not really my credit, that's the rest of the team's credit, because the DPSs will have been doing a lot of DPS to make that happen. Very proud of them.
You can never have too much treasure.
And we are going into the Dragonstorm now.
Good. Destroyers are crawling all over, and there's no dragons.
They didn't make things easy. Clear out the fire bugs and make way for the prisons.
That'll silence you. Focus. Concentration.
I forgot to switch out of flesh worm.
Health. Vigor. Recovery.
Prison's coming in for a landing, Commander.
The area's cleared, Kate. Bring them down.
We break the champion's connection to the dragons. Then we use that magic against them.
What'll happen to Bram? To Ryland?
Bram knew the
That's
risks.
what I was looking for. I was looking to change this into Blood's Power.
Nice of you to clear out the trash for me, Commander.
Did you? Oh? You look like a drink.
That feels good.
Thermic energy can be good for you.
Fire.
You picked a weak dragon you knew you could control. I am dead incarnate. I'll show you real dragon.
So this is just a single call that you have to do every time you're the commander in this,
You must draw them out.
because you have to.
Excuses, Ryland.
The groups have to split. There will be 2 bosses, Ryland here and then Bram that we'll see in a second here. They will be up at the same time. One group has to take down Ryland while the other group takes down Bram.
justice?
Let him leave. We can't get distracted.
That didn't go to plan.
He'll be back. His pride won't let him stay away long.
Wonder where he gets that from. In the meantime, fire alarm!
Ram, are you
Concentration.
yourself?
That's unsettling.
Time. Here we fight.
Maximum pain.
He will now spawn 3 crystals up here, and we have to separate between them. But there's a cutscene first, and for some reason the game decided that this cutscene shouldn't be skippable. So, it isn't. Very cool Elder Dragons, though.
Ice. Just try it. My champion will teach you to fear the frost.
Nice through reinforcements!
They're drawing on the ley line. It'll shift the power in your Red's favor. That's bad.
Not a huge fan of bad. What do we do?
We need to destroy the ley line silence. Do that and we can break the
Last
connections
one.
to the dragons. I'm sure it'll be no problem.
We're gonna break bar them.
Stayed my hand before, brother. No more. Today, I
And then
obliterate the
As
balance.
long as
that
Dormac is
chains
connected
us
to the power of a
together.
champion and the Frozen, they will keep Primordus cowed.
Don't let up. We've got to bring both champions down.
Vigor, recovery.
What do you think we're trying to do, kid?
Ram, come on. This hurts us more than it hurts you.
Could stand to have it hurt us less.
Same time. One is not enough. We've got to bring Ryland and Ram down together. Eat my dust.
Ah, love that little skill. The voracious arc from the Harbinger is very nice because it just allows you to jump over small scale abilities. You have a little bit of dodge there. Feels really good. Means you don't really have to break up your rotation if you can time that right.
That's it. Eat my dust.
Ryland is getting down faster than Bram, so I'm just gonna leave a little early to get to Bram quicker, so that we can make sure to get Bram down at the same time.
Focus.
Because you can see we only have 10 more seconds to get him down. We can get him in
Use
time.
the prisms now. The champions are hanging on to dragons by a thread.
The dragons are vulnerable. This is it.
I've always been a little bit confused by that voice line. The champions are hanging on to dragons by a thread. I feel like there should have been a "the" in there. I mean, credit to them for getting the same thing up. The voice line to match the
This might
text,
take a
it
couple
just says to
rounds.
dragons as well in the
strong.
text. But I feel like it really should have been to the dragons. The champions are hanging on to the dragons by a thread, not just the champions are hanging on to dragons by a thread. Because we're talking about very specific dragons here, right? It's Jormak, it's Primordus, it's not just any dragons. They're hanging on to the dragons. looks like most of us went south. That happens sometimes. I forgot to actually leave stuff up. Good thing that everyone else had break bar. Both of them are going to use break bar abilities at this point that are pretty strong break bar abilities that you need to break.
Assistance, please.
I am death incarnate.
Where's my item there? Wow. I never expected to go quite that quickly, one after another.
Good.
Yep.
I feel it, champion. The connection's weak.
The prisms are ready to launch you closer, Commander. Attack now! Sever their bond to the dragon!
Is this working? Is this genuinely actually working?
Stay focused. One last push. For Bran. For all of us.
Oh, I went.
Champion, help me! There's too much. There's power. It's so wild. Get to the prisms.
I'm coming! Hold on, Aurene! No! Can't stop now! Not ready!
Champion, I'm pulling you back.
Again, we're going to try to save a little bit of time, because we're just going to ask if anybody in this great group is going to want to stay for COCM and COF normal mode. Then they can just stay in this one. Sippy sip.
It's done, champion.
There we go. And this is just a lot of great stuff. Tyrion defense seals, great currency. 2 gold, just straight up. These memories also worth like 2.5 gold. Just lots of good stuff from this event. And of course there's a chance for this chest to drop very, very expensive stuff as well. So, next up we're going to be going to the Wizard's Tower. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're 1 A heal down.
Strange occurrences around Room 1, especially since the end of the Dragon Cycle. We send a few insurgents
COCM is the easiest of the challenge modes. So if you haven't done it before, please just watch Mucklock's Get to the Point COCM video. 4 minutes long and covers the most important stuff. Not clear. Anyways, we are now going to grab this, click here, so that we can say strike missions, experienced. So we're going to say COCM and TOFNM. I'm going to write weekly in front of it to show people that this is a nice thing to do each week. We're going to say 1 A heal, have some KP, kill proof, or be willing to watch video in squad message. This squad is being chill streamed over at Mook Chivalry. There we go. Hold on, I'm just gonna wait on this a second. Belinda, were you the A heal of your squad? Cool. Then what we're actually going to be needing here, and again the W needs to come back on, is going to be two heal, 2 Alak, 1 quick. Submit. Oh, nice. Belinda can do alacrity healing, I see. So we are just going to say we just need 1 heal, 1 Alak, and 1 quick. There we go. Often much easier to get people to join when you don't need the most difficult of roles to fill. And I need to do the thing for the squad message, which means I'm just going to go over here and say YouTube COCM get to the point. Oh, the Amazing Digital Circus has a new thing out. There we go. And time, and this one. The video. Search. Get to the point. Block. 4 minutes. There we go. Oh, and I have a little bit of there we go. Quickly. There we go. While we wait, I'm just going to do a little bit of a quick look over here, check that everything is working somewhat. How it's looking in here. In here it looks good. And how is it looking over on YouTube? here. YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Here we go. On YouTube it seems fine as well. There we go. Yes, perfect. Alright, so while we wait for more people to join, I'm just gonna go over and grab a couple of chests over here in Anaios.
Flame Cryptus won't make it with terror falling from the skies. Paetha's champion, your skill may help us gain dominance. When Paetha returned with a champion of Tyrian flesh, we hesitated. As I watched those turrets fall,
Yes, you.
hope is wounded.
That looks valuable.
The fight may survive.
Wait, go, pew! And the Summonite ore is Orichalcomore, so it's always nice to grab that whenever you can. And, oh, there we go. So we're just waiting for the group to form right now. We've put it up on the trading, not the trading post, what am I saying? We've put it up on the
You can never have too
group
much
finder.
treasure.
Here we go. Somebody joined for... I've noticed that specifically when you're looking for this, people sometimes join for half a second and then leave again. And I am confused as to why that is. But, yeah. They can do whatever they want. But while we're waiting for the group to form, we're just, you know, using our time to actually keep making a little bit of money. So we're going around in Anaios right now, just grabbing the greater arcane chests around here. Yes, it is here. Because we might as well get a little bit of extra loot, right?
You can never
We
have
are
too
waiting
much
anyways for... And it's because we're right now searching for both Cosmic Observatory Challenge mode and Temple of Phoebe normal mode, which means they are... It's probably a combination that people don't often use, and of course, any challenge mode that you're going to search for more people for is going to have a little bit less people willing to join because less people feel comfortable doing it. So you just have to wait a little bit for that. Well, this guy is in this region. I think maybe this guy joined because they thought this was a meta event group. That's... I kind of wish that you could toggle your commander tag from away from appearing on the map, basically. I know you can set the group to being hidden so that you're not able to join, but I want people to be able to join from the group finder, right? I just don't want people from the map I am on to be confused and think that this is a meta event group, because it isn't. I am going to... just going to throw that guy out. Dude. Hold on. Why does this say leave squad? I'm not... This is what it should say. It should say kick. Kick from squad. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oop, another joiner. And another one that's in Anaios right now. That is the disadvantage to doing this while you're searching for things. But, what There we go. That guy left on his own. People are joining randomly because I am grabbing some chests in inner Nios. Wish you could go invisible. Do 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 do.
That looks valuable.
Same guy again? Yeah. Come and see. Hold on. Take this down. Somebody actually joined who are going to be useful. See, we are going to edit. We're going to say we just need one quick DPS. We'll try. I have just ticked private squad to make sure. Try. Welcome, Ice. You got KP or watching video?
Death to the Midnight King!
Do 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 do. Edit group description. Oh, let me just put that down. Just DPS for the rest. Excellent. Perfect. Do 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 do. To me, the check is more to make sure people who haven't is encouraged to watch the video than it is to people who are the amount that do. Oh, I went to Arborstone by mistake. Whoopsie. Well, good thing we can teleport all kinds of places. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one, this one, this one, this one. Good stuff. It should fill decently quickly now that we've filled all the roles that are actually, you know, healers and DPSs that boon stuff. Bit of a chuck. Very nice. Five. So apparently some guy has taken out this boss solo by doing it in 21 minutes, which it's supposed to kill everyone when it hits 10 minutes. So I'm a little bit confused on how exactly that works, but they're saying that you can, well, it's not really dodging, it's, what's that mesmer thing? You can blur, or whatever it's called, and not be hit by the insta-kill thing, and then you can just keep going. Which, I mean, that seems really crazy that that's a thing, but... oh well. This is really eating into the time. I'm supposed to do all of these in just 2 hours, and we were making good time on the first part. But now no DPSs are joining this. Oh, I'm going to unprivate the squad again, in case that was what was holding people back. Just in case. And then we're just going to grab this down here so that we can check the LFG again. We are just asking for DPS. Should be fine. I'm just going to write in my guild chat to see if anybody wants to join. Well, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm reaching out in one of the guilds that I'm in to see if anybody wants to join from there. Because it's taking a while now, and I really want to try to get everything done within these 2 hours. So, Medivh cheats! Oh no. We'll see if it's actually a cheat. There might not be anyone online who is actually interested in doing the strikes right now. No. Perfect. Welcome all. And we already have the A heals needed. One of you flex. Just one of the 3 new guys that just joined said that they were an A heal. Perfect. Just checking. Calanth was up here. We're putting Calanth down there, and then we're dragging you down there. Thanks, Calanth. Then you can stay A heal and give. Perfect. We are going to start on the Cosmic Observatory. Big stretch.
Get away from me.
Good. Perfect. Yes. I believe so.
You cannot take my power.
Perfect.
Give my
Ready check.
creation life.
Do 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 do.
Clear the air.
Stun her, or we're done!
Nice. Excellent. So there's a couple of different mechanics to be aware of when doing this boss in challenge mode. One of them is what you just saw. This little green arrow thing. It'll target a single person, and that person has to stand behind everyone else. Whoop.
Barriers! Now!
That feels good.
Because if they take that head on, it'll deal a lot of damage. Whereas if they only take it behind everyone else, it deals a lot less damage. We are moving here. Ugh. We have a lot of people going down here. That's really great. Please don't move this much. And yeah, I can show you now why it's bad to get hit by those projectiles. You get this debilitated debuff, which reduces your outgoing damage by 25% per stack, which is pretty annoying.
Wear him down.
That's really bad. I didn't expect it to move over that way. Good. Is it me who's targeted? It's me who's targeted. I'm going to move out in this direction. And then I'm going to begin moving back again.
A new pattern revealed. Dodge this.
And we have numbers targeting us.
Eat my dust.
And this has less than 10 seconds, so we can pick one of these up and be ready to put it in. And hit it. Woo. Me again. I'm going to move all the way out here. She's really happy about targeting me with this sword beast right now. Not happy about that.
Thermal release complete.
Armored up. Eat my
And when I'm worried about whether or not we're going to reach it, to me it's about looking at this timer here. We want to be done with this phase in 5 seconds. We have a little bit of extra time beyond that, but it is a bad sign that we're not done at 5:00. So we've been doing this not too well. But there is extra time to go beyond that, because she won't have a 4th phase. And by looking at that, basically going as after each minion phase we want to have 2.5 more minutes left. We are moving as if she had a 4th phase, which is the safe way to go. But I am okay with how it's going right now.
That looks good.
One, this. We got it. Good. That is always something to be a little bit worried about.
I am dead.
Extreme temperature time is my ally.
I'm a little bit less chatty right now because it's going a little slow.
Everything arose. Even don't stand in that, or we'll lose you.
Eee. That's really close. Yeah, we're probably still going to get her. In time. GG. Ah. Easy job. Leaving here. Do 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 do. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Loading screen, you're so slow. Why you're all of a sudden so slow? Slow, 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 slow. There we go. Just have to complain. Do 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 do. After this one, I'm going to do a EOD run without.
Sharper still.
Wants to join for that. Just stay in group after this. And yes, this is. Do 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 do.
Servant walk this land.
I am dead.
Refreshing.
I'm up. I'm up.
This is a little bit of a weird one though. Like, do people not know the mechanics in here or what? I'm glad we're doing this normal. Because 3 people getting down to the very first ability that he uses is pretty crazy.
That fits good. By my will.
Did I make sure to get that other one down again?
Natural round. Attacking enemy targets.
And the EOD one.
A natural berry.
Pretty rough grabbing 4 of those by myself. Yeah. Oh well. Well, whatever gets us there.
By my will. Attacking enemy targets. Fire!
go. Okay. He's going to be the one that absorbs all of these. Okay, someone else hits one of them there. Good, 2 of them. That's nice.
I might win.
And let's go. People are learning, however, what they need to do, so that's pretty nice. Walking around the Ceres tree, have a happy holiday.
A new pattern revealed. Enough. Observe the power of fire. Slash it all.
Compact is
In bad shape here.
smash him.
Click. I might not have time for a full AOD run actually. With only half an hour to go, that's pretty tough, especially with Harvest Temple being one of the 4. So I might just do a single one of the others. Whichever one is daily, right? You can see that here. Either Blade Hideout. I might not have time for a full run, so I'll just be doing the daily Either Blade Hideout and going to Arvestone. Do 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 bam bam. So, if you're a boon giver, healer, or this, please state your role. So I can see if we still have that. Glances the A heal. Janitor can fill. I am the quick heal of my group. Not the quick heal, the quick DPS of my group. Perfect. So Janitor, care to grab the Q DPS for your group. Then we'll be golden. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to be doing a single one here, which means we are just going to write daily AH for, let's call it either, in case, so that nobody thinks it's Harvest Temple, even though AH doesn't match that. DPS. Blade. Hide out. I don't know. Now I'm just writing it out. Whatever, we got there. It'll be fine. We just need to get 3 DPS to join. And then we'll see how it all shakes up. We shake it off. We shake it off. We. Because yeah, then we've gotten the most important ones for the daily stuff. There's a joiner. Yeah, welcome. Actually, I'm going to put you down there just because we're so many necromancers in group 2 already. It doesn't really matter. It's just there are a couple of things that I like to share out, and that's because there are some abilities I'm not really sure of. It's things like the rogues, or they're not called rogues, the thieves, basilisk venom, which adds 5 stacks of basilisk venom that gives a lot of CC, a lot of break bar damage, and I don't know if that buff can stack above 5. So let's say we have 2 rogues with basilisk venom in the same group and they both activated. Would everyone in the group get 10 stacks of basilisk venom, or would they get 5 stacks and then refresh to 5 stacks? And just to avoid that, I like to put rogues, thieves, I'm sorry. I like to put thieves in different groups so that I'm sure the basilisk venom, you know, hits out. Somebody joined and left immediately, which was our 10th member, which threw us out of the thing. Just have to click in and do it again. Strike mission, advertise group. We're looking for DPS. And hey, yeah. Welcome. Bloop. And I'm just going to go into the instance as well. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 dum. La da da da. Welcome all. Please make your way to the strike. Perfect. It isn't. If the edges of your screen go blue, yeah, go to edge. When sniper comes, stand on commander. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Your soul is mine.
Do 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 do. There we go.
Wow. You just
brought everyone, huh?
Strong.
It's actually pretty tragic that like at this point, my Trin feels like she's lost everything, and we finally find her after feeling like we've been chasing her forever, and she's just standing there, being completely drunk and going, "Oh, okay, we'll fight, I guess." And she's a boss.
We should finish this now.
Refreshing. To kill rising.
Spend a few years on this. You meet the most fascinating people.
And once she moves in to the middle and becomes Scarlet, we those things that show up, the shadows, let's call them shadows. Yeah, these shadows that show up. This one over here, you can't damage it, you can only deal break bar damage to it. And it's kind of a pain.
Not enough energy.
I am dead.
So much break bar to get through.
Refreshing.
There we go. Got it. Oh, so much. So much break bar.
I need more. Please. I can't lose again.
And not the most difficult of strike missions.
That went better than
As
I
long as you
expected.
know the basic mechanics, you're going to be fine. And the one that's going to take the longest is going to be this one. So I like to weave in and out. Whenever I have CC abilities up, I go over to the one that requires CC abilities. And then I move out again.
Still standing. Barely. Back on my feet, thanks to you.
I was.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
There we go. Where's the sniper? It's over there, so we're going to be here. And you can double check if you're standing inside of a circle when a circle spawns. That's the place that the circles are going to be at the end as well. So you're good if you're standing in that way.
That feels good.
Rise and serve.
Hurts, doesn't it? I could use a hand over here.
How did you...
Barriers. Now.
You down, get you down. CC back here. Excellent.
That feels good.
Slice them apart.
we've been pretty lucky with the lightning strikes so far. When that second one came, someone didn't go out with it, but just as it came, here I think, yeah. Here, somewhere like this. But yeah, just as it came, we had to go out anyways, so we didn't have to stand in it. It's pretty lucky.
Dodge this.
Go. Did not roll that well.
Sharp blades, sharp knives.
That's good.
Very nice though.
Did you...
Both. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Okay, so let's take stock of the loot we got. We just did daily. Not all of them. We would have to do 3 more. We would have to do 3 more. What's this one called? It's called End of Dragons. We'd have to do 3 more End of Dragons ones, but I only have 20 minutes, and one of them, Harvest Temple, takes 10-15 of those minutes in and of itself, and it's a long one. And the place people are most likely to wipe is at the end of it. But you can see we got a lot of Eternal Ice Shards, which are things that we're going to be turning into the word for that, please. We're going to be turning the Eternal Ice Shards into Tyrian Defense Seals in Eye of the North. And we have a lot of unidentified gear, decent amount of random loot, opening chests as we see them here. We have some magic trophy bags, Gilded Strongbox, the Memories of Aurene, of course, Darkness Coffer, Ceres' Coffer, my Trent's Coffer. We're just going to empty all of this out because we want to check this magnificent cover. This can drop an infusion like this one. Well, not like this one. Heart of Carneur is dropped somewhere else, but infusions are worth 1600, 1800. I think this one is only worth 1200 or something gold. But like, no, not this time, unfortunately. Oh well.
You can never have too much treasure.
Still, this is a pretty good grab. We also got a random ascended weapon. We're going to be dismantling that. Let's take it from the bottom, right? So
with integrity.
We want to take all of our common unidentified gear and we want to salvage it. Usually I'd like to sell these things first, but that's fine, whatever. We're going to be taking all of our random junk and sell it. It's going to make us some space for all the green gear.
May Lissa aid you.
And the green gear, we want to use the Runecrafter Salvager Magic because you can see all of this has minor runes or minor sigils in it. And the Runecrafter Salvager Magic salvages the runes and sigils automatically with the gear.
Pleasant greeting.
And the reason that's valuable is because sometimes, we didn't get any this time, but sometimes you will get some additional stuff from that.
You can never have too
symbols
much treasure
of different stuff, which you use for legendary sigil and rune crafting. So they are pretty valuable and can be sold on the trading post. Then of course we take the rare gear. We're using the silver fit here, and that's because the rarer materials upgrades includes the gloves of ectoplasm. The gloves of ectoplasm you can see here. We got 34 from that. And just with the silver fit salvager magic, you get 1 point 8.5 globs on average per gear you salvage, and that is value enough in itself to do it. But you also, of course, get some extra loot. Here we can see a symbol of enhancement. Then we take our exotic gear and the rare raw stuff, and we use Black Lion salvage kits on that. If you
never have too much treasure.
Play a lot of this game, you might not want to take to use that for all of them. You can see this one only had a superior sigil that sells for 5 silver, so you might not want to grab that. There you might actually want to just use another salvage kit, but it's fine. I don't use these up generally, more than that I can buy new ones from the Wizard's Vault, where you can see here, just gonna click over again, where you can see that each like 45 days or so you can buy 3 more of these, so 75 exotic salvages in total. Then of course the Ascended salvage kit is used for Ascended salvage,
You can never have too much treasure.
which gives different sort of crafting materials from the wrist, and can also give some super rare, very valuable stuff.
Never leave a wrong to ripen into evil.
So that's generally how you're going to break most of your random loot down during these things. So in the end,
What is it?
we didn't quite reach our goal. We only got all of the Secrets of the Obscure and what's that called? It's called Icebrute Saga, of course. Icebrute Saga and Secrets of the Obscure done. We should need to do 3 more Arborstone ones, not Arborstone ones, Sense of Dragon ones, to actually get through all of this. But it took a little too long to get the groups together. I think if you are lucky and get that group a little faster, you will be able to do all of them in one sitting. Because we still have 15 minutes before we reach the 2 hour that was our stretch goal, or the amount of time we were trying to keep this within. So I think it's doable, and I think you are going to get a lot of value out of doing this once a week. And for only 2 hours, and doing all of the strike missions for that week's weekly achievements. Of course, you can see a couple of them have these weekly achievements. Weekly Cantha strikes is the one that we didn't do here because we needed to do... I usually like to do Sung Lai, Kinding Overlook, and Harvest Temple as well, and drop Old Lion's Court, because Old Lion's Court is just... It requires a little bit more... It requires someone knowing how to tank. It's not that difficult, but I've had some bad experiences, so I keep away from that and do Harvest Temple instead, which is also one that people wipe on a lot because it's a marathon. Old Lion's Court is a sprint, Harvest Temple is a marathon. But you only need 4 of them to get the Legendary Insight for that week, which is what you're looking for in the weekly Cantha strikes. And of course there is also the weekly... that's because I'm not on weekly anymore. There's also, of course, the weekly we did, the weekly Secrets of the Obscure. You just have to do each of them, and you get a bunch of extra blue Prophet Shards. The best way to do Prophet Shards, let me show you this as one of the last things I do. I think the fastest way for me to go is to do it through the Mistlock Sanctuary. The best way to convert your blue Prophet Shards, generally speaking, is to do it through the Eye of the North, where there's a vendor that will convert them into Season 4 map currency. It's one of those things where we're talking about that again. It's almost always one of the most attractive ways to convert anything is if you can convert it into Season 4 map currency and then use that Season 4 map currency to actually buy... what are they called? They're called trophy shipment crates. You can see here, it's this Vigil the Emissary. He is willing to sell me for 2 or 3 different amounts of blue Prophet Shards. It might actually be nowadays better to grab the... No, it's only 1. I think it's still best to just grab these. Like, let's say I want to grab 100 of these. I spend 200 of my shards. Only do this if you don't want to use your shards on any of the specific stuff that the shards can do. This gets me volatile magic. I go over to Khan Fallen Skull. Khan Fallen Skull allows me to make that into... let's see, we got 1,600 for that. So we're going to get like 6 or so. 6 trophy shipment crates.
Thank you.
That also cost 6
can
gold,
never
but
have
as you can
too
see
much
here
treasure.
from when I begin selling stuff, you easily cover the cost of those 6 gold again and begin making a profit on the other side. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just bank that for later. And then of course the Tyrian defense seals you got from Dragonstorm, which we did earlier. Daily you can grab Tyrian Ironmore and grab some of these supply boxes. So the Olmacan supply box here, for example. Not really the best loot that can drop, but it can drop better loot. The best ones to get if you haven't unlocked Tyrian is always the Skrit supply box. I'll have a video up later today that explains about this, but where do I have the Skrit one? The Skrit supply box is the most valuable one. It's also more valuable than most of the discounted ones, but Olmacan, discounted Skrit of course, and I think it was Deldrimor or Tengu. Check my video when it comes out later today. But they can still be worth more. But generally this is worth it, and that actually also makes it worth it to, instead of putting, usually you would grab the ice shards, the eternal ice shards here, and you would make those into stuff over here as well and sell that. But actually nowadays it's better to take the eternal ice shard and make them into Tyrian defense seals. Just make those into these defense seals, because the defense seals, getting those and just using those to buy the Skrit boxes, or again, if you don't do this very daily, it might be better to, instead of buying a lot of Skrit boxes, grabbing the daily ones from Tyrian.
Nice gear.
But that should be the best way overall to get a lot of value for it. Again, I'm not going to sell a lot of this. I'm going to bank everything that I still have space for. Yeah. But that is going to be it for today. A little bit of a short video, because I unfortunately won't have time for any more today. But I'm going to be back next week. Next week it's back to Monday, where I'm trying my best to make this happen on Mondays, but real life and stuff. But I will see you guys on